Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review the science fiction film, Robocop. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. By producing robotic peacekeepers capable of upholding law and order in 2028, the multinational corporation OmniCorp revolutionizes warfare. The business moves to advertise its technology to domestic police enforcement under the direction of CEO Raymond Sellers. However, this is prevented by the Dreyfus Act, which forbids the use of armed drones in American airspace. Sellers invites Dr. Dennett Norton and his research team to come up with an alternative because he is aware that the majority of Americans oppose the employment of military technology in their towns. A suggestion for a robotic police officer is the outcome. Norton explains to Sellers that some applicants are turned away and that only those who are stable enough to withstand being a cyborg can undergo the process. As retaliation for Alex Murphy's probe into the operations of Mafia Lord Antoine Vallon, Vallon arranges for Murphy to suffer catastrophic injuries in a vehicle bomb explosion. Clara Murphy, Murphy's wife, is convinced to approve the treatment by Norton. A disgruntled Murphy attempts to flee after awakening and discovering the magnitude of his metamorphosis, but Norton stops him and returns him to the lab. A disgusted Murphy requests euthanasia when Norton informs him that the majority of his head, with the exception of some of the brain, respiratory system, heart, and right hand are the only components of his human body that remain. Murphy is persuaded to live for the sake of his wife and children by Norton as he is reminded of their patience. Murphy demonstrates his lack of ability to effectively compete with the conventional OmniCorp drones during combat training with instructor Rick Maddox. By letting drone programming take control of Murphy's activities and fooling him into thinking they are his, Norton modifies Murphy's programming to make him more effective. Murphy's efficiency is substantially increased by this retraining, but because his human character is bypassed, he becomes less sympathetic. Murphy visits him that evening to meet Clara and his son David. When the Alex Murphy crime scene and the full police database are transferred to Robocop's system just before he is made public, Murphy experiences a mental breakdown, which forces Norton to control his emotions. Robocop spots and captures a criminal in the audience during the event. As he continues to significantly lower crime in Detroit, public support for abolishing the Dreyfus Act grows at the same time. Sellers instructs Norton to keep Clara away from her husband after noticing that she has started to ask questions. Nevertheless, Clara is able to face Robocop and inform him of the nightmares, social isolation, and inattentive conduct their son David has been exhibiting. Murphy is motivated by the encounter to ignore his programming and open the previously locked data pertaining to his attempted murder. They inform him that his son had PTSD as a result of seeing the explosion. To get back at Vallon, Murphy pursues him. Despite suffering severe damage from their armor-piercing guns, he is still able to eliminate Vallon and his men. Murphy rejoins his former partner, Jack Lewis, at the station. They shoot one and tase the other as they confront the two dishonest police officers who turned him into Vallon. When Murphy learns that the chief of police was also engaged, Maddox intervenes remotely to prevent Murphy from apprehending her. Sellers makes use of the situation to push for the repeal of the Dreyfus Act with the assistance of pro-OmniCorp talk show personality Pat Novak. Clara approaches the media and forcefully requests to meet her husband. Sellers manipulates Clara into believing that Murphy passed away while Robocop is being fixed out of fear of being revealed. First to get to him and tell the truth is Norton. Robocop barely makes it out of the building before it goes into lockdown. While Lewis and the other police officers arrive to fend off the remaining OmniCorp personnel, Murphy reappears and storms the building, pushing his way past the ED-209 drones dispatched to stop him. Maddox captures Murphy and gets ready to kill him when Lewis shoots and kills Maddox. Murphy then makes his way to the roof, where Sellers is holding Clara and David hostage as he waits for a helicopter. Initially, Murphy's programming precludes him from detaining Sellers. He manages to get past his programming long enough to murder Sellers, nevertheless. OCP, the parent firm of OmniCorp, terminates the project. Much to Novak's chagrin, the president vetoes the repeal of the Dreyfus Act based on Norton's testimony. In Norton's lab, Murphy's body being repaired while he waits for Clara and David, who are paying him a visit. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.